Well, hey y'all. Again, welcome to part two of today's Sunday Soup. There are going to be three parts, so because I have three books I want to introduce to you guys. So, the second part and second book I'd like to reintroduce to you guys is my first novel and my full novel, 250 pages of just powerful, riveting action, passion, conflict, sagas, tug of wars, and that is Passage from Decadence Collection, second edition. Look how beautiful this book is. What? Also, don't mind my little tags here, it's just my notes. Look, Terry A. Wilson, no, she formatted this book. Each page, each chapter begins with the character as if Stella Ann is staring at you, saying, "Hey, I see you. Here I am." I thought this was just brilliant. And Passage from Decadence this is where I say it's multi-genre, glam lit meets urban literature, Renaissance urban literature meets film noir. Plain and simple. It is a saga, it is a struggle. We took three books and put them in one collection to make. That's why it's 250 pages. But think about it. Chapter 2 is Dinner for Two, Decadence for Three. Let your minds go there. And it says, I recollect rather vividly Stella Ann's rendition of a warm spring night in Atlanta, Georgia, a few years ago, when the two, she and Bart, met for dinner and a simple evening of sensual pleasure. This event happened about 8 to 10 weeks after their initial encounter. Though they were dating in full swing by then, dinner out every night, the relationship was still trying to find its pace. But not fast en- not fast enough for Mr. Bart. That damn boy had an agenda from the word go. Looking back, I believe the couple was captured in the evening's mystical appeal, because it seemed as if it were one of those Georgia nights when the full moon hung in the sky, pregnant with, shall we say, possibilities. As the pair excitedly met for dinner on the patio of Maggiano's, the air was perfumed with a strange type of ambience and beguiling allure. Wow. If you live anywhere in Georgia, you know that those moonlit nights are powerful. That moon look as if she's pregnant with two or three moons sometimes. But I loved writing this story. It took me 6 years to write this story. So it was because at that time, I was writing two stories at the same time. I love Passage from Decadence. I really love the tagline. The tagline for Passage from Decadence is this: illusions are very dangerous people. They have no flaws. Well, damn. I got that. I heard that first in the 1999 version of Sabrina. Had to use it. Great pop props to them. So, that said, this book has every type of trope you can think of, friends to lovers. Whew, um, heavy heat, heavy steam, heavy heat, heavy passion, he- excuse me, heavy conflict. I'm running out of air. Heavy conflict, but the intrigue and the dark dumb, passionate side of Bart. Bart and his little snarky wannabe gold digging heifers, as we say around here. I know that's terrible, but these characters are real. We knew Bart and we knew Stella. We loved Stella. I mean, she was a little stoic, little unwilling at times to set out on certain adventures. If Stella was the type, if she couldn't control it, she didn't trust it. Then I didn't understand it at the time, but I understand it now. But she had this thing about her. It's the way she dressed, the way she carried herself, the way she spoke. I don't think I'll be doing that today, maybe another day. Which meant, don't ask me that again. But she had a politeness about her, that southern trill, that debutante thing going on. But she had that more prevalent in her was that go-getter, former soldier thing, and just going on in her persona, her mind, her psyche, which made her powerfully attractive. Bart had to have her. Millionaire type, tycoon had to have everything that no one else had. He had to have her. And I tell you what, when you finish reading this book, this is a how-to date, how to handle powerful men, etc. You are going to love, love, love this book. So that said, get the book, get the book, get the book. I see everyone's up now. So you're going to love it. Love it, love it, love it. Readers, reviewers, get the book. ARC readers, I need you. Come on down. Passage from Decadence is the way to go. And yes, it is urban lit, glam lit, contemporary women's, I would say, yeah, contemporary women's fiction. You're going to love this book. And you're going to go away. You will weep. You will cry. And you will get the family's up. The dogs. He likes to run down here. I'm glad he got T'Challa. But that said, I think of Passage from Decadence this way. These are... I'll leave you with this without giving away too much about the book. What we didn't understand about Bart was this. Why are you hanging around with these baller chasing wannabe savages, wannabe boss type chicks? These are chicks. They're not even full chickens or hens yet. And you had the creme de la creme in your hand, but they would always tell Bart what he wanted to hear, and he loved pretty young things that sparkle. The thing about Julia and Militia and Stella Ann is this. They learned a hard lesson from that old witch. She had them Louisiana roots. She didn't play. I always matriculate towards women from those southern states. That's part of my heritage. But that said, they didn't understand. People think we joke when we say barbarian at the gate. Bart and Stella were barbarians at the gate. You can only push them but so far before they push back. And when they push back, you're not in a conflict. You are at war. And they will not stop until after they win. Winning for them was nothing. Completing the mission was. And that was their mindset. You put a lawyer and a soldier together, you and a corporate trainer, you got some You got some powerful stuff going on there. Powerful emotions, powerful ideologies, mentalities. But Bart had a dark passion. He could pull Stella into his world easily, but he couldn't control her. He couldn't make her stay there. That was the tug of war that went on between them. The tug of war. But Stella wanted to stay. She wanted to stay. He finally reached a part of her, I believe, we all believe, that we couldn't see. We never knew, never felt really existed. But all of us tried to date Bart. All of us. But we couldn't, we just didn't have it. Now we knew enough to know, hey, we all hail the queen. And that's where I got that from. Do not call me queen, boss, or anything like that. I'm a duchess. I'm like, why would you want to be called a queen? Because queens have a limited lifespan. The dukes and duchesses do not. Damn. And she said the power is always behind the throne, not on it. Well, goddamn. You just have to love her philosophy and the way she loved and the way they love in their firefights, in their fiery and steamy passion. Oh my God, their passion is moldering. What kind of guy? What can you say about a gentleman? I mean, Bart had his ways. He could be a rake, but he could be such a gentleman. Now, he would buy little trinkets, diamond little, pearl. He knew I loved pearls, so he would buy me little pearly earrings or a little pearly necklace. But for her, he went to Harry Winston and had her because Stella Ann loved sapphire and diamonds, or sapphires and pearls. He had her a sapphire and diamond. Well, I take this back. He bought her a choker from Swarovski crystal, and it looked like a collar. Bart was dark. He wore this leather. He was leather. When he wasn't suited up, he was booted up, is what he would say. And he wore this long, lank leather jacket. Like, is he Frankenstein's monster, or who is he trying to be? Vampire? What is it? And he'll tell you in a minute, I'm not here to suck your blood, just other things. We are not getting ready to have that conversation out in the open. You with my girl, stick with that. Because Bart will try you just to see if you cross that line. But anyway, not to be mean, he wouldn't do anything. He would just see if you're loyal to Stella Ann. But that said, he bought her the choker, right? Had Harry Winston put the sapphire diamonds all around it, just sprinkled out like stars. I've never seen anything. And there was a huge sapphire right in the middle with another diamond on top. Really? Are pearls the best you could do for us? We've known you the longest, right? But secretly, because she always wore these beautiful she had long, beautiful hair, but she wore extensions anyway. And hidden behind the extension was this long Swarovski length chain that looked like a chain you could yank because it had a little hook at the end to go around his hands. Are you serious? What? And we almost missed it. And something happened and she had to lift her hair over her collar. We were like, what is that? Oh my God. But Bart had quite the imagination. He had an imagination. But that said, you will love passage from Jack. This book of mine is so underserved. This book, you have Menage a Trois gone batshit crazy. You got wannabe savages gone batshit crazy. Everything is in this book. And Stella was beautiful. She was beautiful. That is one of the reasons why I chose this particular cover and I had the cover redone. It was because she was a very striking and beautiful woman. And she was maybe 2 shades lighter than me, but that's it. She wasn't high yellow. We love that. There's nothing against women who are high yellow, but in and around Atlanta at that time, you didn't see too many mocha-rich skinned sisters in interracial relationships with, I'd say, men that established. But Bart sort of brought us into the 21st century with our thinking. And he would always say, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. He said, I like my women dark, dark, dark. I've never seen you with any. He said, I've never met any women like Stella Ann. We're thinking, what are we, chopped liver or what? He said, no, we all work together, so that's not going to happen. Yeah, okay. Well, not exactly in the same industry, but we were pretty close to the same building, same. Our work lives merged. We knew the same people. We had to interact with them, so I could understand that. But Bart was wonderful. He was a very intriguing man, very giving, very articulate, very powerful, very wealthy. But Bart was never really about the money, per se. He was about the persona. But that said, guys, you will love the book. You will love any of my books. Not like love any of my books because it delves deep into your psyche. It pulls at your heartstrings. You will clutch your pearls 5 or 6 times in this book. So, that said, I will say this, there were some editing issues, but there's no, with Amazon, we went in, did the best we could with what we had. It is a fiction book, it is not a thesis. If it was a thesis, it would have been picture perfect. But I think readers will be able to overlook the little teeny tiny nicks and nicks here. And that said, guys, enjoy your Sunday. God is good. God is real. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your engagement. I appreciate it. And I want to leave you guys with this. And not to get too far off subject. We have got to stop the hatred in this industry, in this non-compete ideology. I don't care if you have 1 or 60 best-selling books. Never, never, never get too pompous or complacent or feel that you have to start these mean girl tactics and groups because you feel you don't like certain authors or you feel intimidated by them. The only thing that's going to do to an author like myself is motivate me. Contacting Facebook and telling them that you feel that any of my book covers or books have exposed genitals or anything like that, that's not only low down, that's some, that let me know that you are a very perilous or very dangerous person because you'll do any and everything to get your way. And you are a danger to the rest of us in the industry. But Facebook is smart. I'll tell you this about me. And I tell it to people all the time, but I say it for a reason, not to brag, so that you'll know my body is broken now, but it ain't always been that way. And my mind ain't completely gone yet. Onset of early Alzheimer's or foggy, brain fog, whatever. It's not. I finished basic training as a soldier in the dead of winter in a cast up to my woo-ha. Do you really think I'm going to be intimidated by somebody else? Ever. You will never run me away. You won't shut me down. I just keep it moving. I don't sell all my books on Amazon and through posting on Facebook. I post so you guys get to know who I am as an author or whatever. There are too many other ways and means of getting your books out there, selling your books, etc. And not every author telecasts their book signings. That's the key to everything. Some things you do very stealthily. But that said, I made sure that Facebook, I asked them to do this. Run the algorithm. See, I used to teach this stuff. I was an instructor in the military. We were working with algorithms back in the 80s and 90s. I said, take the algorithms, run them through, see who they're constantly in conversation with. Break those algorithms down and start looking in the DMs. Start looking at the conversations. Facebook contacted me straight away. The only thing they told me was, we can't expose this for that, but we'll tell you this. You're right, there is a pattern. And the algorithms, those algorithms leave a trail. We're still living in a world of bits and bytes. Bits and bytes, bits and bytes. Bits and bytes haven't gone away. Not at all. But, because, like I told Facebook, this costs you money. This is costing you millions. Are you willing to lose millions over someone else's BS without fixing it, or are you going to address this? I said the best way to address this is stealthily. Go in and start putting algorithms that will keep these particular instigators from bullying, because that's what it is, cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is very serious. I knew the exact lingo to use. And I'm disabled. It's against the federal law. So please stop the bullshit and get with the damn program. There is enough room for all of us out there. And right now, with everything that's going on with books and everything, authors need to pull together. So I just wanted to put that little tidbit out there because I'm bold enough and woman enough to say it. You will not bully me and think you're going to get away with it. Period. I'll sue you myself if I have to. And Facebook can help me do it. This is supposed to be fun. Writing is fun. Readers do not want all this aggravation. They have enough going on in their lives to deal with this. That's why I call this my Sunday book soup. Because I'm going to get on. I'm going to preach. I'm going to preach to you. Preach to you. So you'll know that we see you, know who you are, got an idea. Stop. Can't we all please just get along? Not get along to be alone. Genuinely get along. Plain and simple. But that said, on a happier note, it's a beautiful Sunday. The sun's shining. You can see it shining in here. And Authors, I'm getting your books in. My faves, my faves, my faves. And I will highlight them and spotlight them because going forward I will be doing more and more book soups and more book talk and videos. And also this evening, my fireside chat. And don't forget, part 3 is coming up, which is Ignited Bones, my first book, my first military, my first military romantic suspense. So that said, guys, have a great day, have a great day, have a great day. I'm going to eat this chili. I could smell it. I've had chili cooking all night long. My fireside chat is going to be great because it's about The Millionaire Next Door. If you haven't read that book, I believe by Tom Wolfe, you need to read it and understand it. When I first started dating my ex-husband, he said, "So I see you've read The Millionaire Next Door." I had no clue what he was talking about. Believe me, I ran into the PX and got it. But that said, guys, I'm out of here because the dogs, the family's up, everybody's up going woo 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 crazy. And I'm going to get upstairs so I can mix and mingle with family. Plus, I feel these meds are starting to take over. And I need to inhale a little bit with my inhaler. So, have a great day. Be kind to each other, guys. Love each other. And let's support one another. Whether we like each other's books or not, it's about the effort. It's about the drive, not the hustle. The drive. Hustling is one thing. Being driven is another. I tell everyone, you see me, you guys see my posts a lot. Success is nothing. Greatness is everything. I heard it from the professor himself. But moving along, enjoy your Sunday. Get the book, get the book, get the book, get the book. And I will talk to you guys later.